Laudate Deum, an apostolic exhortation by Pope Francis was released on October 4, 2023. In this document, Pope Francis addresses the climate crisis and emphasizes the importance of caring for all creatures. He reflects on the teachings of Saint Francis of Assisi and the sensitivity of Jesus towards the creation and expresses concern about the inadequate responses to the climate crisis. The Pope warns about the potential collapse of our planet and highlights the social impact of climate change, including effects on healthcare, employment, resources, housing, and forced migrations. He also emphasizes that climate change is a global social issue closely tied to the dignity of human life. We can get answers to three important questions in this exhortation. 1. What are some of the social impacts of climate change mentioned by Pope Francis in Laudate Deum? Pope Francis mentions several social impacts of climate change. These impacts include: 1. Healthcare. Climate change can have adverse effects on public health, leading to increased risks of diseases and health conditions. 2. Sources of employment. Climate change can disrupt traditional industries and livelihoods, leading to job losses and economic instability. 3. Access to resources. Climate change can affect the availability and distribution of essential resources such as water, food, and energy, leading to inequalities and conflicts. 4. Housing. Climate change can result in extreme weather events such as hurricanes, floods, and wildfires, causing displacement and damage to homes and infrastructure. 5. Forced migrations. Climate change can contribute to the displacement of people, as they are forced to leave their homes due to environmental degradation, natural disasters, or the loss of livelihoods. These social impacts highlight the interconnectedness between climate change and human well-being, emphasizing the need for urgent action to address this global crisis. 2. How does Pope Francis connect climate change to the dignity of human life in his apostolic exhortation? According to Pope Francis in his apostolic exhortation, Laudate Deum, the connection between climate change and the dignity of human life is that climate change has a significant impact on various aspects of human life. It affects healthcare, sources of employment, access to resources, housing, and forced migrations, among others. The Pope emphasizes that climate change is not just an ecological issue but a global social issue that directly relates to the dignity of human life. The care for one another and the care for the earth are intimately connected, and addressing climate change is essential for the well-being and dignity of all people. 3. What are some of the inadequate responses to the climate crisis that Pope Francis criticizes in the document? In his apostolic exhortation titled Laudate Deum, Pope Francis criticizes the inadequate responses to the climate crisis. While the specific inadequate responses are not mentioned in the exhortation, the Pope mentions that despite the passage of time since the publication of his encyclical letter, Laudate Deum, the responses to the climate crisis have not been adequate. He expresses concern that the world is collapsing and may be nearing a breaking point, and that the impact of climate change will increasingly harm the lives and families of many people.